Well, good evening, everybody, and welcome to Trojan basketball tonight. The PIAA moves into the interdistrict round as our Trojans take on the Northwestern Lehigh Tigers. I think they're located out near Allentown somewhere in District 11 anyway. The Tigers finished up in District 11 as the second place winner, and they will play District 3's AA champion, the Trojans, as their runner-up, that is to say, not the champions, but runner-up tonight. So it's a game between the District 11 number 2 squad and the Trojans of Upper Dauphin, the District 3 number 2 squad. The Trojans look like they're ready to go tonight as they come off of a loss in the District 3 final, but they are ready tonight to go. The Tigers are going to be introduced. We do have their lineup, and we will pick them up as we go along. Chris Herb introduced for the Trojans. A big fan turnout again tonight to support UDA here at Susquehanna High School, and that's always very, very good to see. Here's Dugan being introduced for the Tigers, Lehigh Tigers. And for the Trojans, we have Ian Smeltz. Ian looking for a big game tonight against these Tigers, as it's a win situation now, must-win situation. Otherwise, you do not move on. So the Trojans looking to continue the path to the state championship tonight as they take on these Tigers. Number 33 for the Tigers is Lazarus. And we go back now for the Trojans and introduce Jason Undercuffler. Number 32 in white for UDA. Jason, see if we can get a good ball game out of Jason tonight. Mike Wortman is 6'6". This lad doesn't look 6'6", but that's what they say he is. And we'll counter him with 6'4" senior Jeff Lentz, or 6'3", I think they introduced Jeff. Jeff coming off of a good season for sure, continuing to roll as the Trojans roll on. And number 55, the last man introduced is Kistler for the Trojans, or for the Tigers, and for the Trojans, 6'4", sophomore center Scott Reed. So we'll be ready to go now. The Trojans look like they're really psyched up again to begin another winning streak. They had piled up an 11-game winning streak until they were nipped the other night by Trinity, and now they're going to start a new one tonight here against these Tigers of Lehigh. Be right back after the national anthem. Well, we're getting set to go, and the Trojans take the court now with the fan support fully behind them. It'll be Ian Smeltz, Chris Herb, Scott Reed, Jeff Lentz, and Jason Undercuffler to begin the ball game for Upper Dauphin. The big center out there is Wortman. He's number 35 for the Tigers. And we'll pick up the rest of the Tiger Ball Club as we go along. So here we go. The final of the, or the first game, I should say, of the interdistrict playoffs. Smells dumping on the right wing side, inside the go to Reed. Reed with a for two, no good. Rebound comes back there to that Dugan, and back come the Tigers. Trojans playing in a more familiar surrounding tonight, that is a smaller gymnasium. Here's a shot from the side by number 33, Lazarus, and it's 2-0. The Tigers score first. Trojans over the near side here now. Here's Undercuffler stepping on the right wing, puts a shot up, no good, and the rebound comes back down to the Tigers. And back with it comes the young fellow over into the corner there. Ball stolen away. Ian Smeltz has it. Pass it ahead quickly here for Chris Herb. Chris for two. It's good, and we're tied 2-2. 2-2 UDA and the Tigers of Lehigh. This is Dugan. Going to dribble it down the left side here. Lentz on him, doing a good job. Dugan's got it back again. Over the far side now, they'll dump it inside. Spin around shot by that Wortman, no good. Rebound comes down to 33. He puts a shot up that won't go. Wortman's follow-up is pushed out of bounds. So it'll be UDA ball. Trojans and Lehigh all tied up here. The Tigers from way out near Allentown, I think. Here's Smeltz inside here for Reed. Over to the far side, Chris Herb's got it. Back out in front here now for Ian Smeltz. Chris Herb dumping it inside. Reed bump, no foul. Back out front they come with it now for Smeltz. Trojans deliberately setting it up out here. Near side over here for Undercuffler. Across now, Chris has got it. Near side again here for Undercuffler. He fakes his shot, gives it back to Smeltz. Smeltz back to Undercuffler. Undercuffler pumping for two. No good. Rebound's going to come off and be controlled by the Tigers. All the way underneath they go with. Here's a shot blocked away by Reed, and back with it come the Trojans. This is going to be Chris Herb with it. Chris pops it over here for Lentz. Jeff for two. Won't go in, and Kistler picks off the rebound for the Tigers, and back they come. Ball stolen away. Chris going in for a two. He's got it. UDA 4 and Lehigh 2. There's a pass stolen away nearly by Jeff Lentz. Back out in front they go with it. Kistler has it. Over here they dump it inside. Here's a shot from the right baseline. Won't go. Rebound of Scott Reed. And back with it come the Trojans once again. They lead 4-2. Chris Herb. Smeltz from outside. Won't go. Rebound comes down to the big guy in there, Wertman. And back with it come the Tigers, and they're going to call timeout. Timeout called by the Tigers as the Trojans have a 4-2 lead with 4:44 remaining here in the first quarter. 4:44 remaining in period one. UDA up by 2, 4-2. Trojans take the court following their timeout, and it will be following the Lehigh timeout, that is. Lehigh will inbound the ball. Zimmerman's going to inbound it for the Tigers of Northwestern Lehigh. They finished fourth in their league, and Trojans, on the other hand, finishing number one in the Tri-Valley League. They were in the Centennial League and finished fourth. Come into the ball game tonight with an 18-9 record, but I'm not sure what kind of competition they may have compiled that record against, so it's hard to tell. This is Frischstick with it. Into the corner. Now back out here to Frischstick. Dump it inside there for that Kinsler. Kistler back over here for Frischstick. He goes into the lane, puts a shot up, it won't go. Rebounded inside there by Weltman. He puts a shot up, it won't go, and a rebound comes down to Reed. He has caused a jump in there as Reed and number 55 tie it up. It will be Frischstick to inbound the ball for Lehigh. Dumps it inside there for Weltman. He puts a shot up, blocked away nicely that time by Sean Herb. And back with it come the Trojans. Pass over here for Jeff Lentz is off Jeff's fingertips, out of bounds, so UDA loses an opportunity that time. And back with it come these Tigers. This is Zimmerman. Frischstick into the corner with it. Lazarus has it. Back out here now for Frischstick. Into the corner, inside he goes with a shot blocked away, and a foul will be called. Foul will be on UDA. It'll be on number 10, Chris Herb. Chris picks up his first, the team's first, and Kistler will go to the line shooting 2. First shot's good. 4-3, UDA by 1. Second shot, also good, and it's all tied up at 4. 4-4. Herb near side here for Chris Herb, Smeltz for Herb. Now over to Sean Herb. Ian winding inside, picks up the loose ball, puts a shot up, it won't go. Rebounded in there by Lentz. Lentz's shot good. Or was it Reed? I'm not sure. Partially blocked, I didn't see who it was. Here's Zimmerman inside for two. Spins it in and out, no good. Kinsler underneath puts a shot up. Ball loose in there and gathered in by the Trojans, and back with it comes Chris Herb. Near side over here for Ian Smeltz. Now back to Chris. He'll dump it back over here for Ian. Ian from outside for three. It won't go, but underneath is a foul called. Foul will be prior to the shot. So I don't believe the Trojans will be shooting on this one, although Scott Reed was the one fouled. It'll be UDA to inbound the ball. Underneath is Ian Smeltz with it. He'll inbound for the Trojans. For Chris Herb. Inside they go with it here for Lentz. Back out for Chris. Now out in front. Sean Herb spins it over there for Smeltz. Now to Sean Herb and now Chris Herb's got it. Chris with it. Now Sean. Ian Smeltz passes it inside for Lentz. Lentz turnaround shot won't go. Rebound comes right down there to that Frischtick, and he'll get it over here for Zimmerman. Ball tapped away here by Lentz, and a foul called. The foul should be on, and is on number 21, Zimmerman. He will pick up the personal foul, and the Trojans will take the ball out of bounds on the side. It's 6-4 UDA by 2. Trojans are the home team on the scoreboard. Second team foul, and non-shooting, of course. The ball inside, tapped away and gathered in by the Trojans as Lentz steals it right back again on a good steal. Out in front, Smeltz. Over on the far side, Sean Herb bounces it inside for Reed. Reed dumps it inside. Over the back goes number 53. A foul will be called. This will probably be non-shooting also, but it'll be the team's third. 53 picks up the personal foul, and that's going to give the ball to the Trojans once again. 53 is Dugan. He picks up his first. Bounce pass back here, stolen away it is. Sean Herb grabs it back again, fires it across the court for Ian Smeltz. Smeltz controlling for the Trojans to Sean, now dropping it back over here for Chris Herb. Sean on the right wing, stopping. Ooh, he had the shot. Now he took it. Backed up, put a shot up, no good. Lentz races forward on the far side. Dugan picks it up. Ball tipped back, but back with it come the Tigers as Dugan's got it now. Bounces it on the wing over here. Here's a shot by Weltman. Good. It's 6-6. Wertman, rather. Not Weltman, but Wertman. Tied up at 6. Slow-paced first quarter here for both teams. Both teams very defensive-minded. Out in front for Herb. Over here for Ian Smeltz. Ian for three. That's good. Smeltz hits a three-bagger, and the Trojans lead 9-6. Pass inside here. Kinsler had it. Passed it back over there for Lazarus. He takes a shot, no good. Ball tipped loose and is gathered in back here by Frischtick. Frischtick's got it. Dumps it inside for Weltman, and a foul called. Wertman is fouled. Foul will be on Chris Herb, and I think Chris might have picked up his second. He did. It'll be non-shooting, the team's second. Chris has got both of them. And with 1:15 remaining here in the first quarter, the Tigers will inbound the ball. Frischtick dumps it inside there for Wertman, whose ball's tipped away. And then trying to make the play over there is that Frischtick. And UDA still with the possession. Clock down 1:05 remaining here in first period. Lentz over in the left wing corner. Ball out in front now. Near side here for Smeltz. Chris Herb from out front. Won't go. Rebound in there nicely by Lentz. Shot taken. Goes in. All right. Jeff struggling that shot up there. The big, strong senior. Got it up and in. Here's a pass inside. Ball going to be knocked away and a foul called. 51 went for the shot. He's fouled. And number 34, Jeff Lentz, will pick up his first personal. With 43 seconds left in the game, Chris Herb will check out now as Price Buffington checks into the ball game for UDA. To the line to shoot two will go number 51, and that is that Way. His name is Way. First shot, good. Second shot, good. So he made two and makes it a 11-8 ball game. Now it's UDA by 3. Price Buffington out in front. Its Trojans may play for the final shot of the period. Clock down to 33 seconds. Smeltz tries to pass it inside. Ball knocked away, and back with it come those Tigers, and he puts a shot up and in. Frischtick for two. It's 11-10 UDA by one with 20 seconds left here in the first period. Buffington over there into the corner. They go with it. Sean Herb dumps it inside here for Lentz. For Reed. He puts a shot up and he is fouled. The bucket is good, and Scott will go to the line to finish off a three-pointer here. He'll be shooting one. Reed at the line to shoot one as Wortman picked up his first personal of the ball game. Reed's shot is good, and it's 14-10 UDA by 4. Clock winding it down. Now here's a near steal out in front, picked up by Dugan. Pass over here for Wortman. His shot for three, no good. Rebound comes off here to Lentz. Lentz fires a shot up. That's going to be short at the buzzer, or did the buzzer go? No, still 2 seconds. Jeff rushed that a little bit. Might have got another dribble or so in. But at any rate, with 2 seconds left, they will inbound the ball. He does so. Here's a shot from way outside, no good. And that'll end the first period. But after 8 minutes of play, UDA up by 4. It's 14-10, the Trojans. Chris Herb going to check back into the ball game for UDA following this timeout. So we'll be back with period number 2. Trojans up by 4 at the end of 1. UDA enjoying the 4-point margin will inbound the ball to begin the second half. Ian Smeltz has it, and Chris Herb now back into the ball game. He's got it. Chris over in the left wing side, back out here for Smeltz. Inside they go deep with it to Reed. He's grabbed, but no call. Underneath it goes. Here's Lentz with an attempt from underneath. There won't go, and the boy fires the ball back in off Jeff. Off his shoulder or head that time. And let's see. It will be 53. Dugan will inbound the ball for the Tigers. One thing the Tigers do not want to do is get the Trojans mad here yet, or we'll put these guys away. Anyway, inside it goes here. Wortman over to the far side. Lazarus got it on the wing, back out in front now. Rolls through the legs of Wortman, and back with it come the Trojans. Herb over here for Ian Smeltz. Ian's shot won't go. Rebound underneath comes down to Dugan. And the Trojans missed a big opportunity there. Here's the ball tapped away nicely on the long pass. Chris Herb bats that ball out of bounds for UDA. And Lehigh Tigers will inbound the ball. Northwestern Lehigh. Inbounds it right over here on the baseline. Shot put up, blocked away, but Wortman right there to follow up on the rebound. And the Trojans margin down to 2. Now it's 14-12. Good ball game. Two good teams here. Chris Herb out in front. Smeltz over in the wing. Bouncing it inside for Lentz. Ball knocked out of bounds off the fingertips of number 51 in there. That's that Way kid. In fact, he'll leave the game now as Kinsler comes back in. Kistler coming back in for the UDA or for the Tigers. Sean looks like he's getting primed up to pump one up for 3. Here's Smeltz dribbling in, passes or puts a shot up, no good. Rebound right over there, however, by Lentz won't go. The ball wrestled for underneath, and a foul called. Ooh, gonna call a foul. Looked as though Jeff might have had, or Scott Reed, they're gonna call it on. Looked like Scott had tied him up. He and Jeff Lentz looked like they had tied the man up inside. But a foul called, and no, it was on Jeff Lentz. Okay, he picked up his second. Lazarus in the corner, now back out of that Frischtick. He dumps it inside Weltman, back over here. Now Weltman for 2, good. Tied up, 14-14. 6:20 remaining here in the first half. Tie score. Both these teams finishing second in their district. Equally matched to this point, I would say. Sean Herb, near side over here. They dump it inside there for Reed. Reed's got it on the baseline. Back out in front. They'll swing it now over to the side. Shot from outside by Sean Herb won't go. And on the rebound, Weltman will pick up the personal foul as he pushed off on Ian Smeltz. And Ian will go to the line shooting a 1-and-1. Ian to the line to shoot 1-and-1. First shot by Smeltz is good. He unties the knot. It's 15-14. UDA by 1. Second shot by Smeltz won't go. And rebound comes down here to Lazarus. He dumps it off over there now. Frischtick with it inside. Here's that Kissling, no good. And back with it come the Trojans. Ian Smeltz spinning it back here. Stopping, dropping it back over here for Chris Herb. Now Sean Herb over in the left wing. Sean stops and drops it back inside here for Lentz. Lentz trying to drive it to the lane, loses the handle on it. And here's a long pass down court here for Welt over on the far side. Lazarus for 2, it's good. 16-15, Trojans trailing for the first time in the ball game. No, I take that back. The Tigers had scored first, so since it was 2-0, the Trojans now trail 16-15. Near side over here for Smeltz. He shoots one up good. It's a 3-bagger, and the Trojans take the lead back now by 2. 18-16 UDA. Frischtick from outside. It's good. He hits a 3-bagger. So we're going to have a game of attrition here now as they're banging away with the long bombs. Smeltz out in front here for Chris Herb. Over to the side, Sean Herb. Chris out in front. The Trojans have been trying to work it in deep, but have not been really successful. Here's a ball kicked away on a kick ball by 23 Frischtick. And Trojans will maintain possession on the side over here. This will be Chris Herb to inbound, I do believe. Yeah, Chris is going to inbound the ball for Ian Smeltz. Far side it goes to Sean Herb. Now back to Ian. Near side here for Chris. Trojans tied up inside, pretty much so. Herb for 2 from the side, no good. Rebound underneath, they're going to be picked up by Lentz. Lost as it's grabbed away by Frischtick. And back he comes with these Tigers. Inside. Weltman drops it back out. Inside he goes again here. Now the ball tapped away. Reed comes down with it. Back with it come the Trojans. UDA, Smeltz from out in front. Off the glass, good. Ian knocks down a 2-pointer, and it's going to be the Trojans up by 1 now, 20-19. UDA is the home team on the scoreboard. Spin around shot, no good. Rebound tapped away in there. Reed picks it up for the Trojans, and back they come. It's UDA 20, Lehigh, Northwestern Lehigh 19. Chris to Sean Herb. Back to brother Chris. Inside, turnaround shot by Reed, good. 10-foot shot as that time Scott Reed hit it very, very quickly. It's 22-19, UDA by 3. Pass on the wing, he drives the ball to the hoop, knocked away in there by Reed. Trojans with the rebound, back to Reed. Over on the far side it goes now, and here goes Chris Herb with a shot, no good. Rebound comes down to the Tigers, and a foul's going to be called. Chris Herb will pick up his 3rd. So Chris, playing on an injured ankle, picks up his 3rd personal foul here in the first half, and Jason Undercuffler immediately springs from the bench, and he will be taking Chris's spot here in just 1 moment. So Chris going to have to check out now as he picked up number 3 with 3:12 remaining here in the first half of play. Undercuffler into the ball game for Herb, and timeout's going to be called by the Trojans. Jason Undercuffler calling time with 3:12 remaining in the first half. It's UDA up by 3, 22-19. Okay, the Trojan timeout is over, and Lazarus gets himself positioned at the foul line. He's shooting a 1-and-1. His first shot, no good. Rebound comes back here to Lazarus. He'll pick it up over here on the left wing side. Stopping and popping, no good. Over on the right side it goes. Controlled in there by Jason Undercuffler. He'll drop it back here now for Ian Smeltz, and back come the Trojans. Trojans need a couple here to put these guys away, or at least get them off their back. Near side here for Herb. One Herb in the game. We can call him Herb now. Here goes Sean into the right baseline, dropping it back out here. Inside they go with it. Ball spins loose. Undercuffler picks it up on the side. It's good. Jason Undercuffler glides in for two. It's 24-19. Trojans by 5. Dugan ahead here now. Kinsler over here for Wertman. He drops it inside. Kistler to the hoop. Puts the shot up. It won't go. Rebound comes back to Undercuffler. Trojans controlling the offensive board, the defensive boards right at the moment. Very well. Sean Herb with it out in front. Over there for Ian Smeltz. Near side for Sean Herb. Smeltz over in a wing. Dumps it into the corner for Lentz. Smeltz with it. Stopping and popping. It's good. 26-19. Ian Smeltz hits a nice big bucket. There's a ball tipped nearly out of bounds on the far side. Now tipped loose out there. Controlled by the Trojans. Smeltz has it. Gathered back in over here and dropped off to a foul over there, and a foul called. Foul will be on Reed. Lazarus is fouled. Scott Reed will pick up the personal foul. Trojans with some good hustle, and then the Tigers returning the hustle as they stole it right back from UDA. Lazarus will go to the line. Reed picked up only his first with 1:54 remaining in the half. So Lazarus will be at the line shooting a 1-and-1. Here's his first shot. It is no good. Shooting 2. Hold it. He is shooting 2. Way checking back into the ball game for the Tigers. He'll replace Wertman, the big guy inside. Way in the lineup now for the Tigers. Lazarus will be shooting his second shot. It is no good. Rebound comes down inside, spun off the fingertips of a Tiger, and back with it comes Sean Herb. Sean to the hoop. Won't go. Rebounded there by Lentz. Lentz drops it back over here. Shot from the side. That won't go. Rebound knocked out of bounds there by Scott Reed. The Trojans missed 2 or 3 shots that time. And Tigers will inbound the ball. This is Dugan with it over on the far side. Frischtick looking inside. Lentz with the ball and a foul call. The foul will be on Way as he bumped into Jeff Lentz. Way picks up the personal, puts the Trojans in the 1-and-1, and Jeff Lentz will go to the line to shoot for UDA. Jeff at the foul line for the first time tonight. Trojans up by 7. Jeff can make it either 8 or 9 if he knocks a couple of these down. The first one's the most important one. We'll see if he can get this one. Jeff's first shot is no good. Rebounds knocked out of bounds off the fingertips of the Tigers. UDA will get the ball back immediately with 1:27 left. Ian Smeltz will inbound under the left side of the basket. Over here for Undercuffler. Jason out in front here for Sean Herb. Sean into the lane. Stopping. 12-foot shot. Good. 28-19. UDA up. This is Kistler for the corner man over here. Now was Way. Now Frischtick has it. Dugan. Frischtick back with it. He drives it into the lane. Dumps it off here for Lazarus, and Lazarus puts it up and in. 28-21. Clock down to 50 seconds right now. 50 seconds left in the half. Pass over here for Undercuffler. Dumps it inside nicely. Lentz with a turnaround shot. Won't go. Rebound by Lazarus of the Tigers. And back with it comes Lehigh. Northwestern Lehigh. Dugan dumps it inside for Kinsler. Over in the wing it goes, and a walk will be called, as Way could not catch the pass and went for the walk instead. Crowd over here protests the call, but my gosh, have they never seen walking before? And it'll be UDA to inbound with 32 seconds left in the first half. Trojans will play for that all-important last shot now, as Smeltz slows it down out in front. Clock down to 20 seconds. Sean Herb, Ian Smeltz. Undercuffler on the left wing. Jason driving it near side over here. Dumping it on the wing for Lentz. Ball tapped away and picked up by the Tigers and hold everything. He stepped on the end line back here. So it'll be UDA ball anyway, as the Trojans get the ball back with just 7 seconds remaining here in the first half. Here is Ian firing from outside. It's good! Smeltz hits it, and that's going to do it for the first half. So the Trojans, with a very, very nice first half, starting to pull away from these Tigers. We've got a 30-21 score at the halftime. UDA up by 9. Looking good. Well, as you can see, the Trojans and the Tigers are back on the floor to begin the second half of play, back from the halftime timeout. And we'll be set to go in just a moment. The Trojans with that 9-point lead. Opening it up in the latter part of the second quarter when the Trojans started to pull away with their quickness. A lot of good speed on that Trojan ball club, and whereas they're sacrificing perhaps a couple of inches in height to some of these Tigers, they're doing making up the difference with the speed in the ball game thus far. So we look for a big second half from UDA. Again, as I repeated or said in the first half, the loser goes home and the winner continues on. So Trojans fighting for their lives with every ball game now. And they'll send out the starting 5, which is Reed, Undercuffler, Lentz, Chris Herb, and Ian Smeltz. To begin the second half of play, the Tigers of Northwestern Lehigh will get the ball to begin play. The only Trojan with a foul problem is Chris Herb. Chris picked up 3 in the first half. He begins the second half of play. But Chris playing with 3, so he'll have to just play a little cozy out here. Pass inside, knocked out of bounds off the fingertips of Scott Reed. Pass intended for that Kistler inside. Frischtick inbounds it here for Dugan. Back to Frischtick. He passes it inside. Ball stolen away in there nicely by Ian Smeltz, and back with it come the Trojans. Again, the quickness of Ian Smeltz paying off for UDA. Undercuffler loses the ball away as it slipped out of his hands to Dugan. Back with it over there comes Frischtick, and Frischtick is fouled, they say. Jason cannot believe that call. Looked as though Jason had picked him clean. The official saw it differently from behind. Questionable call that time, I would say. I think that was a good guess by the official, and he guessed wrong. At any rate, counts as a foul. It's a first personal for Jason, so no big deal there. Frischtick into the corner, has it inside for Lazarus, who goes to the hoop with it for 2. 30-23, UDA margin at 7. Chris Herb inside for Reed. Spin around shot by Scott is good. Reed for 2, 32-23, the margin again to 9. Lazarus on the right wing, back out here for Frischtick. Inside he goes. Kistler with a turnaround shot, good. Oh, the rotund one out here. Kistler gets himself 2. Smeltz over in the corner for Undercuffler. Back out for Smeltz. Smeltz for 3. No good. Rebound comes down to Lazarus. We'll eventually drop it over here for Dugan. Now back to Lazarus. Dugan with it. Pass inside for Kistler. He's working his way inside. Has the ball stolen away, and now it comes back to the Tigers. Dugan inside. Wortman again has the ball stolen away. This time it's again Ian Smeltz. Ian to the hoop. Won't go. Rebound knocked out of bounds on the far side by the Trojan Scott Reed. Scott doing a good job, hoping that a wing was coming down that way. Nobody there. Scott made the big grab on the rebound and knocked it out of bounds. Undercuffler comes out of the ball game. As back into the ball game comes Sean Herb. It's the Herb boys, along with Smeltz, Lentz, and Reed inside. Ball tapped loose, but gathered in on the baseline. Shot taken, no good. A foul called. Foul will be on Weltman, I believe, as he went over the back of Scott Reed. No, 33, Lazarus picks up the foul. And the Trojans will inbound the ball. Ian across the line, near side over here, Chris Herb tries to bounce it inside and instead fires it off the leg of Lazarus. Chris will try that again. Trojans up by 7. Sean Herb Inside they go with it now to Lentz. Lentz drops it over on the far side for Sean Herb on the right baseline. He travels with it, dumps it back out in here for Smeltz. Smeltz, 16-foot shot, won't go. Rebounded inside there for Dugan. And Dugan starts back with it. On the wing, Frischstick tries to dump it over here for Lazarus. He does so. Bounces it inside. Ball come loose over there, picked up by Frischstick. Into the corner he goes with it. Ball's going to go off the leg of Lazarus and out of bounds. Lazarus loses it out of bounds. The Trojans get it back. Smeltz for UDA. Boy, what a season these guys have had. Great season. Chris Herb, who never even started the last 2 seasons, wasn't out for the team. Shot by brother Sean, good. Sean Herb for 2, 34-25. The margin back up to 9 for UDA. Wortman with it on the wing. Inside he goes here to Dugan. Dugan for 2, won't go. Rebound comes down here to Lazarus, and Lazarus pumps one up for a pair. 34-27, UDA up by 7. Near side over here for Sean Herb. Inside on the baseline to Lentz. Dumps it right inside for Reed, and he is going to be fouled. Tigers want a walk, but no walk called. Instead of foul called. 53. Dugan picks up the foul. And Reed will go to the line shooting 2. Lazarus picked up his second. Make that Dugan, rather. Dugan picking up his second, and Reed makes his first. 35-27. Second shot by Scott is good. 36-27. UDA margin back again up to 9. This is Dugan with it. Dugan tries to pass it up ahead here and does so. Over there it goes to Lazarus. He'll slow it down. Near side. This is Lazarus with it. I beg your pardon before. Anyway, shot taken and good. Nice shot by that Lazarus kid. He nails 2. 36-29. Chris Herb on the right baseline. Now out in front here. Here's a shot from out in front. No good by Smeltz. Lazarus with the rebound. Lazarus really making himself known out there right now. Dugan to Lazarus on the right wing. Ball tipped out of his hands by Chris Herb. Picked up by Lazarus. Inside they go with it. Wortman is going to walk. No, a foul. They're going to call a foul on Scott Reed. This guy here is guessing now. It's become a guessing game with this lad. And they're going to give the ball back to Dugan to inbound for the Tigers. Frischstick dumping it inside. Here goes man to the line, but the shot blocked away. That's that Lazarus again, and the ball going to be lost over there as Ian Smeltz knocks it loose, knocks it out of bounds for the Trojans, and Dugan will inbound. Frischstick over here now for Dugan. Inside it rolls on the floor, but picked up in there. Dumps it under the baseline. Shot taken good. Wortman for 2. It's 36-31. Trojan margin down to 5. Sean back over here for Chris Herb. Now Smeltz. Ball near steal out in front. Wow. Smeltz with it. Dribbles it down here on the left side. Dumps it inside for Reed. His shot is no good. Rebound underneath. Tapped around in there and gathered in by Dugan of the Tigers. Northwestern Lehigh Tigers with the ball. On the wing it goes, and a walk called first, absolutely. Wortman went for the big walk. That was a big one. They had the momentum going. Trojans still maintaining a 5-point margin. Chris Herb with the ball. Inside for Reed. Reed dumps it on the baseline here for Lentz. Lentz one pump fake, no good. Ball loose underneath, and back with it come the Tigers, breaking back 2-on-2. Lazarus, and wait a minute, what are they calling? Gonna call a blocking foul. Trojans not getting the calls now. Chris Herb looked like he had himself set, and Chris will pick up his 4th on a call that you can't hardly believe, as Lazarus was winding it up, driving it down the lane and not stopping for anything. ran all over Chris Herb, or I beg your pardon, not Lazarus, but that's this Frischtick. Frischtick rather picks up the foul as Chris Herb checks out of the ball game. And back into the ball game for UDA goes Jason Undercuffler. Chris picking up his fourth with 2:38 remaining in the third. First shot by Frischtick is good. 36-32. You can just sort of feel the momentum swinging here away from the Trojans at the moment. Second shot, no good. Rebound comes down here to Smeltz. Picked up in there. Knocked away. Zimmerman had it. They drop it back over here now for Lazarus. Bounces it back here for Zimmerman. Now it's stolen away. Here comes Herb to the hoop for the Trojans. He missed the shot. Rebound in there by Smeltz, and he's fouled. Wortman will pick up the foul, and Chris Smeltz will go to the line, shooting 2. Foul was on Frischtick, not Wortman. Foul was on Frischtick and not Wortman. Frischtick's first. Ian makes his first. It's 37-32. Trojans by 5, and now by 6. Ian makes a pair. Good job by Smeltz that time, shooting those 2 foul shots. Near side, Frischtick had it. Here's a shot put up and a foul called. Foul will be on either Sean Herb. Oh, it's going to be on Undercuffler. And Lazarus will go to the line shooting 2. Undercuffler picked up his second personal foul, and Lazarus makes his first personal shot. 38-33, UDA by 5. Second shot by Lazarus is no good. Rebound comes off to Lentz, who dishes it back there for Smeltz. Ian dropping it near side over here for Undercuffler. He stops and pops good. Undercuffler for 2. Good job, Jason. 40-33, Trojans up by 7. Frischtick over to the far side it goes. Shot over there, it's good. Wortman for 2. For 3 maybe. It's 40-35. Ian stopping and popping. No good. Rebound comes down to Lazarus. Dropping it back over here now for Frischtick. And Frischtick near side here for that Lazarus. Now they go inside. Over on the far side for 2 more. Wortman for 2 more. It's 40-37. Trojans by 3. Game unraveling here very, very much the way the game against Columbia did, when the Trojans would have the lead, then the other team would come back, and then the Trojans would pull ahead. Here's a shot by Frischtick, no good, and on the rebound, a jump is going to be called. It's going to be UDA ball as they tied up Sean Herb underneath with it. And the Trojans will take over. Got 1 minute and 6 seconds remaining here in the third quarter. Trojans up by a scant 3. Inside they go with it to Reed. Reed looking around, and he's going to be fouled. A grabbing foul inside will be on number 23, Frischtick. And that's going to be the team's third, I believe. Fourth. Team's fourth, so it'll be non-shooting. And Ian Smeltz will inbound the ball for Upper Dauphin. Does so back here for Sean Herb. Sean at the top of the circle, drives it over in the right baseline there for Ian Smeltz. Ball loose, picked up in there by Undercuffler. He tries to bounce it inside for Reed. Reed finally got it, back out here for Smeltz. Now for Lentz, 15-foot shot, no good. Rebound comes down to Wortman. He'll drop it back over here now for Dugan, who gives it back to Frischtick, and back with it come these Tigers. The Tigers can get to within 1. Frischtick over in the far side for Wortman. Wortman drives it into the lane, puts the shot up and in, good. And it's a 1-point ball game. It's 40-39. The Trojans had them by 9 just moments ago. And all of a sudden, with just 18 seconds left here in the third, it's a 1-point game. Undercuffler on the near side for Smeltz. Over the far side, Sean Herb driving the baseline, stopping and popping, won't go in. Rebound comes down here to the Tigers. Across the court it goes. That's going to end the third period, but a good third period for the Tigers of Lehigh. Not so good for Upper Dauphin, as they saw a 9-point margin melt down to just 1. So in the final period of play, the Trojans will have a 1-point margin going in. Coach Foster trying to exhort the young men on here now as we've got 1 quarter to play and a 1-point margin. Got to do it, and got to do it now. Well, the final period for one of these ball teams. Trojans with the 1-point advantage and the Tigers with the ball. Inside it goes, ball tapped away. Trojans coming back with it. Here comes Smeltz to the hoop. He's fouled. 53 is grabbing him by the arm. That's Dugan. He'll pick up the personal foul. And Smeltz will go to the line, shooting 2. Boy, oh boy, I'll tell you what. Once again, as in every ball game, the foul shots become tremendously important. And in this one, quite obviously, this will be important. Ian shooting a pair. His first one. Good. Second shot by Smeltz is no good. Rebounded over there by here's a ball tapped loose inside. Reed picks it up. Good job. Trojans can come back and increase the margin. Smeltz out in front. Over to the far side for Sean Herb. Now back out here to Ian Smeltz. Swinging it here for Undercuffler. Jason back out to Smeltz. Near side Undercuffler. Inside they dump it for Reed. Reed tries to turn it around, and a walk will be called as he got tied up in there by that Dugan. And that'll give the ball right back here with a 7:23 remaining. 42-39, Trojans by 2. Frischtick. Dugan back over here to Frischtick. Frischtick drives it inside here, and a shot taken and a foul call. Foul will be on Scott Reed. Kistler will go to the line, shooting 2. Kistler to the line to shoot 2 as Scott Reed had picked up his second personal foul with 7:03 remaining here, and timeout's going to be called now by Upper Dauphin. Trojans will call time. Get everybody set up here now, and we'll be right back. Trojan timeout is over. And Kistler will be at the line shooting 2. He'll have an opportunity to tie up this ball game. His first shot, good. 41-40, the Trojans by 1. And Kistler can tie it up. He did. 41 all, we're tied. Brand new ball game, 7 minutes left in the season for one of the clubs. And we're tied. Undercuffler back out here for Smeltz. Inside for Reed. Reed tied up, gets it back out here for Ian for 3. Won't go. Rebound on the far side comes down to the Tigers. Dugan starts it back for Northwestern Lehigh. Dropping it back here for Kistler. Kistler's got it. Spinning around out there. Gives it back here for Dugan. Dugan, nothing to do with it. Gives it back to Zimmerman, who is back into the ball game for Lehigh. Ooh, near steal out front by Smeltz, but Dugan over in the wing with it. Weltman to the hoop. No good. Kistler with a rebound shot. It's good. 43-41. Now Kistler does not look like a ball player, but he is a chubby one inside, and he's holding his own inside for sure. Reed tries to dump it on the baseline for Lentz, but the ball goes out of bounds off Wertman. And UDA will inbound with 6:02 remaining. Trojans now trailing by 2, 43-41. Undercuffler from the baseline with a shot, good for 2. It's a 2-pointer, and we're tied at 43 all. Pass in there for Kistler. Kistler right there puts the shot up, but won't go. Rebound, follow-up shot by Wertman. Will, though. And it's 45-43. The Northwestern by 2. Undercuffler back out in front. Ball tipped loose, gathered in out there by Smeltz. Smeltz with a behind-the-back dribble, drops it over to the far side. Herb for 3, won't go. Rebound comes down to that 6'6" Weltman inside there. And he'll bring it back. His team is in the lead, 5 minutes, 12 seconds. Amazing how fast the clock goes when you're behind. On the wing for Lazarus. Lazarus into the lane, going to the hoop. Oh, no walk. No walk call. And a shot taken and missed, and the rebound comes down to Lentz. He'll drop it back here for Smeltz. I didn't see how there could be no walk underneath there. Anyway, Smeltz near side here for Undercuffler. Dumping it inside. Now back out for Jason. Undercuffler for Smeltz out in front. Now it's inside. Spin around shot, or is it a pass? I'm not sure. At any rate, the Trojans throw it away. Crowd chants air ball, but I think it was supposed to be a pass inside for Lentz, but something didn't connect. And back with it come the Tigers. Kistler. Inside he goes here to Lazarus. Lazarus is fouled. Sean Herb will pick up the foul underneath, and Lazarus will go to the line, shooting 2. Way comes back in to take Kistler's spot as Lazarus goes to the line for the Tigers to shoot 2. His first shot, good. 3-point ball game, 46-43. The Tigers up by 3. Looked as though the Tigers were on their way to death here a little bit ago, but have they come back? Yes, they have. 46-43, Ian Smeltz with the rebound. That could have been a big miss out there by that young Tiger. Inside it goes, now over on the far side, and a walk will be called as the Trojans will come unglued here a little bit. Clock down to 4:14. Kistler back in, Way checks back out. They took Kistler out just to give him some instructions, I guess, because he's right back in there again. Lazarus dropping it back here now, and Lazarus has got it. He'll shoot for 2 from the side. It's good. Nice jump shot from 12 feet out. 48-43, and all of a sudden, the Trojans will call yet another timeout. Coach Foster screaming at the boys here now as he sees things slowly but surely slipping away here if we don't do something in a hurry. 3 minutes, 59 seconds, practically 4 minutes left in the ball game. And the Trojans sliding back by 5. With 3:59 remaining, the Trojan timeout is over. Chris Herb will inbound the ball for UDA. Chris back into the ball game, playing with those 4 personal fouls. But that's immaterial at this point. Over on the far side, now back out. Now they dump it inside here for Reed. He puts a shot up and he's fouled. Scott will go to the line to shoot 2. Trojans are going to have to do this. He'll be shooting 2, and we'll see if Scott can knock down a couple of these big, important free throws. He can get the Trojans to within 3 if he can knock a couple of these down. We'll see. He's shooting 2. First shot, no good. Wortman had picked up his 3rd personal foul with 3:47 left in the ball game. Scott misses the first shot, but he'll get another try. His second shot is good. It's a 4-point game. 48-44. Krister tries to fire it inside here. It's going to be thrown away, out of bounds, and the Trojans will get it. At half court, I believe. Or underneath the bucket, perhaps. It didn't touch anybody. Yeah, Trojans will get underneath their bucket. Here's the kind of a break that you look for in a ball game, and the Trojans got one there. As Rissler's inbound pass went to no one. They dump it inside, and they throw it away. Picked up by Wortman. Back where they come, the Tigers. The Trojans miss a golden opportunity to get to within 2. Frischman gets it back out here now for that Dugan. Dugan out in front. Frischman dumping it on the wing here for Lazarus. Now Frischman's got it back again. He passes it inside. Ball tapped away, gathered in by Rissler. Now they'll dump it right inside. Shot taken from over there. Good. This kid here, 33, has really put the hurts on the Trojans tonight. Lazarus, 50-44, clock down to 3:05. Ball tapped away inside. On the floor it goes. It'll be a jump ball. It's going to remain UDA ball. Trojans absolutely positively need a bucket here. No doubt about it, they need one here with exactly 3 minutes left in the game. Chris Herb trapped in the corner, gets it back out here for Sean Herb, near side here. They dump it inside for Lentz. Lentz is fouled with the body. Rissler picks up the foul, and Jeff will go to the line shooting two. Oh, see if Jeff can get us a couple here. We're surely going to need him. He'll be shooting a pair. For Rissler, it was his second. Lentz for two. Here's the first one. No good. Second shot, good. So he makes 1 out of 2. 50-45. Rissler again to inbound the ball. Does so this time for Weltman. Trojans double teaming him out here. He gets it ahead. Still with it. Dropping it back here now for in the corner, Weltman. This is Dugan and Weltman playing with it. Wortman back out in front. Dugan. Inside they go, now back outside. Lazarus passes it out now as the Tigers begin to play with it. They lead by 5. Clock down to 2:15. Frischstick rather. Now inside it goes to Lazarus. He puts a shot up, missed a shot, rebound shot. Weltman misses it. Rebound comes down. Lazarus grabs it, and a foul will be called. Reed will pick up the foul. Trojans unable to rebound the ball. Gave the Tigers 3 shots. No fouls called and no rebound either. And Lazarus will go to the line with 1 minute and 55 seconds. 1:56, that is, left in the ball game. Lazarus, a good shooter, and his first shot is good. 6-point margin, 51-45. Scott Reed had picked up his 3rd personal, and the Trojans call what I believe is their final timeout. So UDA, with 1 minute and 56 seconds, have a 6-point deficit now. And Lazarus at the line, who doesn't miss very much, will probably make it 7 when we come back. Lazarus at the line to shoot one now, following the Trojan timeout. His shot is short, no good, but he gets the rebound. Tigers just getting everything their way now. Dugan for Rissler. He is going to be fouled. Ian Smeltz is going to pick up the foul. And that's going to send Rissler to the line shooting a 1-and-1. Kistler shooting a 1-and-1. His first shot. Good. 52-45. The Tigers by 7. 1:43 remaining in the ball game. Second shot, good. 53-45. Tigers by 8. Near side over here for Herb, back out in front. Sean Herb on the side. Now back out to Chris Herb out in front. Chris dumps it inside here for Reed, dropping it back out. Trojans wasting a lot of time and not getting a shot. Shot from outside for 3, it won't go. Rebound comes back down here now for Dugan, and he'll drop it back over there for that Frischstick, who gives it back to Dugan. Tigers pretty much in control now. And timeout's going to be called by the Tigers. So we've got 1 minute and 13 seconds remaining, and the Trojans down by 8. Final minute 13, about ready to unravel here. 8-point deficit for UDA. Frischtick out, driving it to the hoop, puts the shot high off the glass, no good. Rebound comes down to Reed, back with it come the Trojans. And a whistle called somewhere. I'm not sure what happened here. Oh, we have a man hurt down here. Frischtick laying on the baseline underneath the bucket. He is injured. I never even saw what the heck happened to the young fella. But he is hurting, and a timeout called for the injury. Zimmerman will replace Frischtick now for the Tigers. He was a young fella injured. Here's Smeltz driving it into the lane, puts the shot up, it won't go. Rebound going to come off here for Lentz. His shot won't go either. Rebound in there off the fingertips of the Tigers. Just 47 seconds remaining now. Frischtick, who was just injured a minute ago, back into the ball game. Looks quite well to me, so he'll be okay. Smeltz inbounds the pass, stolen away. Clock down to 45 seconds and a foul called. Foul will be in Ian Smeltz. And Ian picks up his second. And let's see, it's going to be Frischtick going to the line, shooting a 1-and-1. 42 seconds left, Frischtick at the line. His first shot is no good. Reed with the rebound. Trojans got to come back and score quickly. They'll set it up here for Herb. Herb's shot is blocked away. No foul, and a foul called inside. Lentz picks up the personal foul. And the Trojans, for the second ball game in a row now, have run out of gas here in the second half. As they had a big 9-point bulge at one time, and now they're back by 8. So, Lazarus at the line shooting, and he nails the first one. This kid putting the hurts on him. It's 45-54. Undercuffler getting set to come in for the Trojans as they make it a full 10-point margin now. 55-45 with 35 seconds remaining. So the will end the season here at Susquehanna tonight as they get beaten by a Lehigh team, which didn't look like they had much going for them at first, but they sure came back, and walk call out here now, Chris Herb, with just 25 seconds left. Anyway, got to give credit to these Tigers because they did come back and play steady ball and took the lead away from the Trojans. Going to stay down here, they rule. And it's just a matter of winding it down now. Great disappointment on the Trojan faces out there right now, but they have had one heck of a basketball season, as they won the league championship, not even picked to win, coming in like 4th, became 2nd in District 3, and finally lost it here in the first inter-district playoff to these Tigers. So Dale Calnon saying that's going to wind up the season for the Trojans. And like I say, a disappointment, but by the same token, they've gone a heck of a lot further than a lot of people thought they might. I know it's disappointing for the coaching staff. It's disappointing for the ball players. But all good things must come to an end, and this one did right here tonight. Final score is 57-47. It's a 10-point ball game in favor of these Tigers of Northwestern Lehigh. So, catch you next season.